Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Mike, please?
This is Mike.
Oh, good, you're feeling better. I've been so worried about you, Mike, and this cold you had.
Who is this?
Oh, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. How you doing?
I'm okay. What's Brooke and Jubal in the morning?
It's a good question. I don't really know. But according to most people, it's a radio show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're calling you today because we got an email about you from one of our listeners.
Sorry, what are you talking about?
Well, we do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them after, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out what happened. Technically, you didn't really go on a date with this person, but they're still wondering why you aren't calling them back.
Okay, that sounds pretty messed up, but...
Her name is Andrea.
Okay.
Okay?
So
you remember Andrea. She brought you a care package when you were sick, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
What do you mean? I guess you could say that. Wasn't it filled with things to make you feel better when you're sick?
Yeah, it was. Technically, I don't know, if somebody says, I want to make you a care package, you kind of expect a bit of care in that package, and she came over, and it was literally a paper grocery bag with canned soup in it, and like saltine crackers, and like candy, but not even real brand name candy, like...
What?
So-
Are you? Wait, hold on.
You're ripping on her care package.
No, I'm just saying that, it's clear that she said, I want to bring you a care package, and then stopped at the store and literally grabbed the first thing she saw. And
That's what a care package is. She stopped by the store and got you things you needed.
yeah, but if you're going to go out of your way to do a thing for a person, I'm just saying, either put some thought in it or wait till our first date. I don't even know this girl. This is the first impression or the second impression that I'm getting is like, here's some stuff that I have in my house.
Give me
Wow, so is that why you're not calling her back, because of the little effort she put into a care package for you?
Well, no, it's not just that. That was disappointing, to say the least. But then the thing is, like, the energy was so weird. So I'm sick, right? And she comes over and, instead of kind of, like, hanging out and maybe getting to know me, like, the first question she's asking some really specific questions about how sick I am, and she asked me if I get sick often, and like what my symptoms were, and like I felt like I was on trial a bit, like,
or that you're at the doctor.
Yeah.
or that I was at the doctor, but neither of us are doctors, so I didn't know what her angle was, Like,
What's your
How
angle?
paranoid are you? Like, what are you testing me? You want to see if my genetics are good? I don't get sick that often, twice a year. Thank you very much.
that's kind of what it felt like.
But it could have been that she was nervous and it's the first time you guys have hung out without alcohol and she didn't know what else to talk about.
Well, it just seemed to me that she didn't totally believe that I was sick. Like, I had to answer all these questions about how I was sick and how sick I really was. And I felt like they kept going on. If it was one or two questions, that would be one thing. But at a certain point, I was like, do you want a doctor's note?
Leave me alone.
You should have supplied her with one.
I guess so.
So it was her careless package, not a care package, and her constant grilling you about being sick that made you not want to call her again.
Well, I got a kind of possessive sense about her, and I'm not into that.
I don't get that sense about her at all, and she's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you, so we could ask her if she's possessive like that.
Wait, she's been listening to this whole thing?
Yeah. Andrea?
Hi. How are you doing?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were listening at all.
Yeah, I did hear everything, Mike, and it's really interesting to hear your take on how things happened.
Well, you should know that's how I felt at the time, and I was called by a radio show, which apparently you sent an email to, which doesn't help my general feeling about the whole thing.
That's a good point.
I mean, I was just really confused because it seemed like, I thought I had, reached out and did a really nice thing for you, but apparently it didn't quite come off as kindly as it was intended.
Well, your intentions weren't very clear to me, and if you do this in the future, maybe put a little more thought into that so it won't seem like you just showed up with a bag in order to get into the door and find out some information. 'Cause that's what it felt like.
Oh, wow.
I mean, when you've been lied to once, sometimes you just want to see how many liars are out there.
Okay, so you were testing me, so I was right.
I just wanted to
crazy.
see if you were all right and make sure, there wasn't any red flags, immediately up front. I mean, if you lied to me and we haven't even gone on our first date.
Yeah, we haven't gone on our first date, so probably best not to take the time when I'm sick to grill me and find out whether I've killed anybody.
But Mike, I mean, you've got to listen to her explanation right now because it does kind of make sense.
It
Yeah.
makes sense to a paranoid person.
She's been burned a bunch, Mike. Give her like a little bit of a break. I mean, you're the jerk that's complaining about the quality of care packages over here.
She brought me canned soup. I could go get canned soup from the store. That's not care.
I didn't know if you were lying. I mean, if you're a liar, like, you only get canned soup. Like, I'm not going to pull out, like, my mom's homemade recipe. Like, that takes 4 hours to make
I gotta get it.
for a little liar.
I just didn't get a good first impression. So if I got to stick around for the good soup, I don't know if that's worth it to me.
Well, let's see if it's worth it. Mike, would you like to go out on a second date with Andrea? We will pay for it. We'll buy the ingredients for the soup that she can make.
I can confidently say no.
Really?
Yeah, this is already way too nuts for me.
Okay.
Okay. Well, knowing that, then I suppose I would also like to not go out because apparently,
What?
No, Andrew, you can't do that. You can't go back and say no. I'm saying no.
Yeah.
yes, I can. I am saying no right now.
Wow. Okay, Mike, you hear
Okay.
that? You could have had a date, but now you don't get one because Andrea decided no.
That's fine. That's just fine with me.
Oh, man.
Did you hear me, Mike? I said no.
Yes, I heard you.
Okay. She's clear.
Sorry we couldn't get you guys to go out again, but at least you both agree that Andrea said no.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Deanna, please?
This is Deanna.
Hey, Deanna, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Brooke and Jubal.
In the morning. Brooke and Jubal's the first name, last name in the morning.
Oh.
Don't listen to him.
What are you calling me about? What's happening?
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show. And we got an email about you from one of our listeners.
About me?
Yeah, his name is Mike, and you guys went out on a date the other night.
Oh. Why did he email you guys?
That was a tone
Well-
change.
Because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. So Mike had a really great time. He says he thought you had a good time too, but now you're not calling him back. So
Well, that's interesting.
that's interesting. You don't think that he had a good time?
You could say that, yeah.
His description of the date is like picture perfect almost. Like you guys were laughing, you're high-fiving, you gave hugs.
Oh, that's true. I thought we had a really good time. I had fun, but apparently he didn't have good enough time.
Why do you say that?
I mean, how much do you guys know?
Well, we know that you guys went to a bar and then played a game where you would guess people's occupations and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Then went and talked to people and found out if you were right.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all he told us.
Was it the poor joke? He told us about the poor joke, how he tried
Oh,
to
gosh.
make fun of somebody and it didn't really work very well.
No. The whole thing was us judging people. That was fine.
Okay, so you're into that. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I was even joking about somebody saying that they were probably a professional, like, hamburger eater or something. Like they were. So, we were just joking. It was all in good fun. It was fine.
Okay, so if that didn't bother you, then why don't you think he had a good time?
Okay, so did he tell you, like, we made some friends?
He told us that you guys talked to a lot of people, yeah.
Yeah, there was this one group in particular that, like, we kind of ended the evening with. We were sitting at the table and, like, you know, having drinks and having laughs, and, like, we got along really well.
Okay, all that sounds good. Like, you haven't told me anything that sounds bad yet.
So the point is, I had to work in the morning, he had to work in the morning, so it was time to go. You know, we give each other a hug, we say, you know, had a great time, like to see each other again.
And at this point, you think that you guys are going to go out again.
I thought so, yeah. So we do say goodbye. And I get home, and one of the girls from the table sent me a friend request on Facebook. So, you know, I accepted her friend request. And, like, I had not been home that long. And she sent me a message on Facebook saying that she's like, I don't know if you know, but this guy that you were in with is back at the bar. And he was, like, she told me, she's there, like, in real time, like, telling me, like, what's going on with this guy. That he's, like, at the bar, like, flirting with other girls. When he told me he was going to go home.
So he
Oh, man.
Yeah.
didn't go home.
Yeah, but in the same vein, you guys, I mean, it's one date. It's not like you're in a relationship. He has no
Right.
reason to be.
But I'm just saying, it's kind of weird for him to say goodbye to me and go back into the bar where we just had a date and he's hitting on other girls.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see that.
I'm still on the fence. Is that weird?
I would say that's weird. Like, he said he was going home. He lied. Obviously, he's not that into me. And I'm just not into that.
Okay, well, he said that he was into you.
Well, it seems otherwise.
Okay, well, maybe you want to ask him because he's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
Are you serious?
Yep. Mike, are you there or have you called another radio show already?
No, come on, guys. Yeah, I'm here. Hi, Deanna.
Hi, Mike.
Look, there's a completely reasonable explanation to all of this.
Okay.
I came with a jacket, and when we walked out of the bar, I left it in there. So I went back in to get my jacket.
So you're saying you forgot your jacket and then you accidentally started flirting with other women?
No, I'm saying that I don't get to like have a lot of nights where I get to like socialize. I don't go out a lot. And so when I went back in to get the jacket, I went back to the table that we had been hanging out with, and I just like stayed and I hung out with them, and I had a good time. I wasn't hitting on other girls.
Oh.
Really? So why would this girl tell me that you were?
I have absolutely no idea. I wasn't even talking to her. I was talking to like the other guys at the table more than her. She has no reason to send you that. Like, that's way out of line.
So you're just telling me that she just made it up? That she just decided to tell me, just make up that you were flirting with other women? Why? What would she do that for? Why would she tell me that?
Look, yes, were there other women at the bar that I spoke to? Yeah. Was I hitting on them? No, like not at all.
I hear you. It just seems different than what I heard, and it just felt really, really crappy, you know? Like I had a good time with you.
Okay, if you're asking me if I am banging anyone that we met.
Wait, that's the word that you jumped to?
Mike.
I think she said flirting.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You went from 0 to 100.
Well, I just thought, like, let's put all our cards on the table, you know?
Yeah, put it out there,
Wow,
Mike.
you did. You put them all out there.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, Mike, I didn't say you were banging other people.
I mean, I just got like I feel like I'm being accused here.
Yeah, but she said flirting, Mike.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Well, call a spade a spade. Like I know. I don't know. I had a good time.
This is such an intense conversation after a first date.
Yeah.
Like, Mike sounds like a sketch ball,
I
and
don't know about a sketch ball. Like that's a little bit harsh.
no, I agree, but you know, like both of you sound a little crazy on the phone right now to me.
It's not my fault. I was brought into this on the radio.
Yeah.
I was happy to just leave it alone, you know?
That's true. I'll give you that.
Look, Deanna, I like you. I had a good time, and I obviously wouldn't be calling this radio station to get in touch with you if I was banging somebody else.
Mike, stop it. We get it. We get it, Mike. Deanna, would you like to go on a second date with Mike? We will pay for it. Assure you he's not banging anybody else at that bar.
Please, Deanna, please go out with me again. Like, I swear on my life, on my brother's life, on my mother's life, on my grandmother's life, that I was only going back into that bar to get my jacket.
Wow. You hear that,
Wow.
Deanna? People will die if Mike's lying. So would you go out with him one more time?
I mean, I don't want to hurt his mom. Okay. Yes.
All right.
Yay!
So that's a yes. So you'll go on a second date with Mike.
Sure. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Sure, yes.
Oh, Deanna, that's amazing.
Okay.
Thank you. I promise you will not regret it. We'll have a great, great time.
Okay. But keep the banging talk to a minimum.
Awesome.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Kathy, please?
This is she.
Oh, that is your name. Cool. What's up, Kathy? How are you? My name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Oh, I'm good. I'm sorry, who is this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, sorry. Can I help you with something?
Yeah, you can. We actually got an email about you from one of our listeners. And this is going to be hard for me to tell you who it is because I don't really know much about him or what you guys did together. But apparently you went on a date with somebody who listens to our show.
Okay.
And now you're not calling them back for another date.
Okay. Who was it?
Well, he wouldn't tell us his real name, but he's going by the name of Dennis. So did you go out on a date recently with like more than one person?
Well, I mean, you don't have any other information than that?
No, I just know his name is Dennis. That's what he'll let us call him. He said that he met you downtown and that you guys went to eat somewhere. And that he tried to kiss you at the end of the date. The only details that I have is that he tried to kiss you at the end of the date and you said to him, let's save that for next time.
Okay. All right. So you're talking about...
I you would give too much information right off the top.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anybody named Dennis, but I do know somebody that sounds familiar to what you're saying. That
Really?
The guy told me his name was not Dennis.
Oh my God. He was so frustrating to talk to. He wouldn't give us any information and acted like everything was some secret about his life.
Right, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it could be Dennis. It could be anything. I have absolutely no idea. I mean, I don't really know the guy that well, and I didn't really know him much better after the date, so I have no idea.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about your date? Because he didn't give us any details.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess I can. It's one of the weirdest dates. It's not the weirdest date I've ever been on. So, okay.
Really?
So we were going to go out to eat, and he came and picked me up, and he seemed really normal, like just talking to him, except for like these weird little things that would happen. Like when we actually got to the restaurant,
he asked the hostess if we could sit at a table in the back of the restaurant, like, further back from everything else.
Okay.
And he asked for that, like, really specifically with the hostess. And I'm, like, thinking to myself, this guy has got to be married or have a girlfriend or something because he's being so secretive about it, right?
I mean, okay, so he's a little picky about where he wants to sit in the restaurant. That's not like the worst thing in the world, is it?
Oh my God, I didn't even tell you guys the best part.
There's more to it than that?
Yes. So we're sitting at the table and he looks at me seriously and he says, would you mind if we go secure?
What?
And I'm like, yeah, exactly. What does that mean? What do you mean secure? And he takes out this like magnetic looking thing. It looks like a pen. And he asked me if he could wipe my cell phone.
What do you mean? With like a Clorox clean wipe?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I asked him. I was like, well, what do you mean? He's like, oh, well, I'm just going to clear the information from your cell phone and then you can turn it off. And I was like, I can just turn it off. No, you can't wipe my cell.
Yeah, I need the information on my cell phone.
Yeah, exactly. So, I asked him, I was like, what's your deal? Are you married? Do you have a girlfriend? Is there some reason that you're being so secretive about this? And he started laughing really loud, like uncomfortably loud in the restaurant. And people were staring at us. And he's like, no, of course not. It's just the line of work that I'm in.
What?
And I was like, well, what kind of work do you do? What line of work are you in? And he said, if things go well, then he'll disclose more information to me later.
Oh, my gosh. That would make me go on a second date alone just because I'd be dying to know.
I know. It was totally intriguing. I really wanted to know more about him. I really wanted to know, like, what is this guy hiding?
Did you ever get an answer on that?
No. No, I did not. I mean, it was the weirdest date I've ever had, and I was just over it. So I wasn't going to call him back after that.
Well, it's unfortunate that you weren't going to call him back because I have to let you know that he's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Dennis, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, Kathy. First of all, I'm very happy to hear that you're doing all right. I was worried about you because I wasn't able to get in touch. But look, I have to say, I know it sounds bad when you recount it that way, and it sounds like I was being strange and but all I can say is that if you knew more, you would know that I do have my reasons for what I was doing, and it really is best for all of us that I don't disclose too much information.
Oh my gosh! I mean, is this really happening right now? You're trying to justify what happened?
Look, I understand where you're coming from, but I just have to repeat. I mean, the more you know, the worse it is. The worse it could be.
What?
So then why would she want to date you if the more she knows?
Look, I will say this. I did really like you, and I wonder, if I tell you a little bit more, would you consider going on a second date?
Probably not.
I mean, just give me a chance to tell you. I can tell you a little bit more, and maybe you can decide after you know more.
I would love to hear a little bit more.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know if I do.
Dennis, can you please tell us a little bit more? Give us some information about yourself, please.
Okay. So Kathy, I mean, look, there. I mean, I really shouldn't be. I mean, look, so there are certain government agencies that are involved in covert operations. I'm
oh my God, are you a spy or something?
Well, okay. I will say this. No, I am not currently involved in any of those government agencies. I'm not currently involved, but I'm very passionate about that line of work, and I would like to be a part of it someday.
What?
Oh God!
So
wait, what?
You want to be a spy?
I will say I would like to be a part of these elite government agencies.
Okay, that's not the way you do it by pretending like you're a spy right now. You like, I don't know, join the armed forces and go through training and maybe go to college.
Why do I have a feeling he's living in his mom's basement?
Yeah,
He's like some internet hacker.
I've done a lot of research, and it involves a good deal of self-control and a certain style of living, and I'm just sort of preparing myself for that now to make sure that I'm ready.
So weird. Dennis, have you had any interviews with any of these government agencies that you're hoping to one day be a part of?
I really can't reveal that. I mean,
yes, you can actually, Dennis. You can reveal all of it because nobody cares if you reveal that information, not even the government.
Well, I mean, you can say what you want on that matter, but that's why I'm in training for this, and you're not.
All right. Well, Dennis, I'm going to ask the question to Kathy to see if she'll give me an answer. Kathy, would you be interested in going out with Dennis again, a second date with a spy in training?
Spy in
Maybe
training.
you can learn a little bit more about him. We'll pay for a second date.
No, that's okay. I think so.
But think about how you could brag to your friends about how you're dating a pretend spy.
Yeah, I hear you guys laughing, and I understand. You might not understand what I'm dealing with. But I am confident that someday I'm going to have the job that I want. And Kathy, you know, I'm glad to hear that you're okay, first of all. But I also, you know, I'm disappointed that you don't want to do another date. But you know that it is part of the life that I've accepted.
It's what you sign up for when your name is maybe Dennis and you're taking girls out on dates. It's not very easy, is it?
It's true. It is a hard life, but I've chosen to accept it.
Doesn't even get